Hello, this is Tony Lombardo with Freddie Green Style Comping, Volume 7. And I don't have a guitar with me this time, tenor or electric 6-string. And the reason for that is I want to do some things that don't require an instrument. I want to talk about, first of all, I want to really get into what I'm trying to do here with this series. And two, I want to talk about some materials that are helping me get there to reach my goals. First of all, I guess to talk about what I'm trying to do, I need to first talk about what I'm not trying to do. I'm not trying to show you what Freddie Green did on a guitar on those Count Basie records. I'm not doing that. There are plenty of guys who do that on YouTube. They show you exactly what, or at least what they think Freddie's doing and how to do it. None of them really sound like Freddie to me. Except for maybe one. I mean, one definitely. James Chirillo is a master at this stuff, and he sounds exactly like Freddie. Most of the others don't. And that's fine, but the problem is they're saying that's what they're trying to do. I'm not doing that. I'm not telling you what he's doing and show you exactly how to do it. What I'm trying to do here, and that's the point of this thing, is I'm trying to take what I already do on guitar and tenor guitar and somehow apply it and make it work within the context of Freddie Green's style comping. That's an important distinction. I'm not trying to play like him. I'm trying to play like me within the context of his playing, and that's different. Of course, on the 6-string guitar, I'm doing it on, as you know from the other volumes, on strings 6, 4, and 3, with muting of the other 3 strings. And on the tenor guitar, I'm playing on the 2 bass strings, the C and the G string, and I'm muting the D and the A strings, and I'm strumming all the way across all 4. That's what I'm doing here, and that's what this whole project is about. Some of you have told me through email that you're tenor guitar players, and some of you are 6-string guitar players, and some of you have told me that you get stuff out of it, even if it's on an instrument you don't play, and I really appreciate that. Now, the second half of what we're doing today is to talk about materials that I've discovered after I started doing this project that have helped me. I didn't know about any of these at the beginning. I was using trial and error and making up as I went along and finding what worked for me. And that was a good way to do it, but it's not the most efficient, time-sensitive way to do it. If I'd had these materials beforehand, or if I knew about them, I know they existed, but if I'd known about them, I could have probably gone a little faster. So let's talk about these 4 materials. And I'm going to talk about them in terms of, in my opinion, their immediacy to this project. They're all really helpful, but some are more obviously so than others, and I'll start with those. The first one is this 80-page book called Swing and Big Band Guitar, 4-to-the-bar Comping in the Style of Freddie Green. That is exactly, boy, that's right on point, isn't it? That's what we're trying to do. And it's from the Hal Leonard Publishing Company. It's got a CD with it, with examples of all the chords and exercises and songs. And this is an excellent book. Now, I've definitely borrowed from it. Now, I didn't borrow everything because a lot of what he does fits my guitar style. Some of it doesn't, and I've sort of eliminated that. But great book, and it's obviously, if you're going to try to do what we're trying to do, this is a book to have. All 4 of these books, by the way, are electric guitar books. They're guitar books. They're not, none of them have anything to do with tenor guitar. So to find tenor guitar books that are helpful, well, if they exist, I don't know them. There's a few tenor banjo books that have some ideas that are useful for us, but not a ton. Next, the next 2, numbers 2 and 3 that I'm going to talk about, are both from the In the Pocket series from Mel Bay, the Mel Bay Publishing Company, and they're both written by Corey Christensen, who's a great guitarist. And the first one is called Comping in the Freddie Green Style. This is a great little, I'm going to call it a folder because that's what it is, just one page. It's got 3 sheets of writing, and then it's got a DVD that I think that's about 40 minutes long or so. And this thing really helped me a ton. It's got some great blues ideas in the Freddie Green style. He's got all kind of tips it's got some live playing with a bass player and a drummer, and it's just great. The other from the In the Pocket series is called Playing in the Groove. This is also by Corey Christensen, and this is good also. Here he concentrates on some exercises that will help the player find that groove, find that pocket, get in that spot where you're really locked in with the rhythm section, and so the soloist really feel comfortable enough to really do what they can do. And he really shows some good tricks to help us do that. It's excellent. It's not really written in the Freddie Green style, but that's not why I picked it. I picked it because it's going to help you get in that pocket when you're playing the Freddie Green style. So many players playing in the Freddie Green 4 to the bar style think, well, as long as I'm playing 4 to the bar, it doesn't matter. And a lot of them either make their strums too long, they don't choke at the right spot. Some of them clip them way too fast. Some of them, the fourth beat tends to be too quick because they're so interested in getting to that one chord on when they have to change chords. And there's just not that nice pulse that Freddie had on every single time he touched a guitar. This helps you get there. Last but not least, we have one by the great Jamie Eversole series. I don't know if you know about Jamie Eversole, but he did a whole bunch of book and DVD packets where he would put maybe 8 or 10 jazz standards in a book, and he would have the CD with a rhythm section, piano, bass, drums playing it, and you could play along with it, or you could use your speaker knob to eliminate one of the instruments if you're a drummer or a piano player or whatever. And it's excellent. It's great for solos to play over the top, and I think most jazz musicians have had some experience with Jamie Eversole books. This one's a little different than most of Jamie's books. First of all, it has 2 CDs in it, and second of all, it doesn't have songs in it. This is volume 3 of Jamie's series called the 251 Progression, and the 2 CDs are really nice. The first one basically has all the chords that you could possibly play, and it has the single note scales that go with each chord. And then the second CD are melodic exercises and songs that illustrate what he taught in the first half. And it's really helpful. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking right now, wait a minute, I'm talking about single notes and scales when the conversation's supposed to be about chords. Well, you got to remember, we've only got 2 notes on our tenor guitar to play on, and at least the way I do it, and we've only got 3 on the electric guitar. Strings 6, 4, and 3. We have strings 4 and 3 on the tenor. So we've got to make some serious choices. So we need to know as much about the scales that work with these chords as we can. We also need to know about the arpeggios. We need to know all that stuff, because we've got to make choices so that we can imply that chord with a very few amount of notes to both our bandmates and our audience. And really having a handle on the chords via these scales really, really helps. I found some other materials along the way, but those are the 4 that have really, really helped me. We're going to talk about some others, maybe 3 or 4 volumes from now. But at this point, I would love for you to check these out, see what you think. Let me know through email or through the comment section what you think about these, or if you have some that I didn't name, I'd love to hear about it. My email address is anthonyclombardo@gmail.com. Email me anytime. And thanks a lot, and I'll see you next time.